all. Welcome all to Financial Fitness Program. My name is Samir Bapat, and today we are going to learn about setting a well-defined target for wealth creation and how to achieve the target, advantage of starting early, and a cost of delay, cost of procrastination. Okay, so can I have Okay, before we begin, I would like to thank you all for your time. I know you have busy lives, you have lot many other things to do. Still, you chose to be in the webinar today. I'll make sure it is well worth your time. So, I just want to ask from all of you who have joined, how many of you have purchased either a train ticket or plane ticket or a bus ticket? Type yes. If in your life on your own, if you have purchased a train ticket, plane ticket or a bus ticket, type yes. So many yes. Okay, good to know that everyone knows how to buy. How many of you went to the ticket counter and told him give me one ticket and did not tell him hey, your destination? How many of you went to the ticket or you opened the portal and you said, I want a ticket, but you did not tell the destination to the person who was giving the ticket? Even in spite of him asking you multiple number of times where you want to go, you said, no, I want a ticket, right? Don't ask me destination. Okay? So, the point I'm trying to say here is, if we are here in the financial fitness group, if we are here in the financial freedom group, then we should know what is our target. Just saying, okay, I want to achieve financial freedom does not serve any purpose. Just by having, yes, we are enthusiastic, right? We want to achieve a lot of wealth. We want to create a lot of wealth. But just by thinking that, okay, I want to have wealth, I want to have wealth, but if I am not clear that what is the minimum target I have to achieve, can we achieve the target? How many of you agree that if, okay, rather than saying no, I would put it the question this way. If you know very clearly how much has to be achieved, then it is much easier for you to plan systematically and you know what you are doing. Month over month, year over year, you know what you are doing. Correct? How many of you sincerely agree? And different people are at different stages of life, so they have their own requirements and they have their own needs to be achieved. Okay, great, thank you. So we are going to have like we will get some targets, some estimates, and those will be some eye opener for many of you. Believe me, it will be eye opener for many of you. Be ready for the shocker. Okay, I would say shocker because I got to know these numbers very late in my life. Okay, so if you are 25 and in this webinar, fantastic. If you are 30 and in this webinar, fantastic. If you are 35 and in this webinar, still okay. If you are 40, please listen to me. What I am trying to say in this webinar, start acting, because by the time you are 40, you need to put in a lot of hard work if you are not already worked towards it, right? So my request to you all is that take this session very seriously. This is very important session to understand. Second thing is, let's say if your target is to achieve, let's say in parallels of traveling, if you want to go to a Delhi, if you tell someone that okay, I want to go to Delhi, and that fellow buys you a ticket. Let's say I'm in Bangalore, and from Bangalore I want to go to Delhi. I tell to one person, boss, I want to go to Delhi, buy me a ticket till Delhi, a flight ticket. If he buys a ticket till only Mysore, or let's say Mangalore, or no, Mangalore will be reverse, okay, till let's say Pune or something, is it okay? Is it okay? No, right? So there are lots of products in the market also, right? There are lots of products, and typically I'll not mince my words. There are lots of insurance products. Okay, there are lots of retirement products available in the market. Please don't go for them. Okay, if you are in stock market, evaluate what they are giving. They are giving you a CAGR, whatever they will be doing. If they are offering you unit linked insurance plans, or they are offering you whatever retirement plan they are offering you, believe me, they are giving you a CAGR of not more than 7%, 7 to 8%, which is not enough. I'll show you how. I'm not against those products. Those products are fantastic. Those are good who are not in stock market. Those who don't know how to create wealth, and those who want some support. For those people, those insurance products are fantastic. They should go for. But if you have chosen to come into stock market, if you are here to learn about stock market, then you are already in top 10% of the entire world investors, right? You are not a ordinary person. You are in the top 10 of in the entire world of the investing people. So don't go for that. Now since you are here, learn good things and you'll have a better return. So evaluate all insurance plan. Whoever gives you a pension plan or any retirement plan, please evaluate properly. Okay, that is one take you should take from here. Second is, after attending this program, please don't go and buy ULIPs, okay, unit linked insurance plans, because I show a calculation, people are so much thrilled by that, and then they go for ULIPs. Don't do that. I am telling you in the beginning of this thing, I am not against insurance plans, I am not against ULIPs, but since you are going to learn on your own, don't do that right now. At least hold on your desire for 3 to 4 months at least. Everyone okay? Everyone taking it in a positive way? I'm not against anyone, but I'm suggesting that since you are here, listen me out, okay? And then you can evaluate on your own and then take your decision, right? Please take your own decision. I'm not stopping you. Just I'm giving you a thought process. Okay, if you already invested, it is okay. I also invested in ULIPs, and I also learned I invested in ULIPs and all thing. I learned through all my lessons, and now I am out of that. So don't worry, we are all in the same boat, learning the same way. Only thing is I am sharing whatever I learned. Okay, now what I want you to do is uh, what I want you to do is this. Since we are of a different age group, we have to set our target. How many of you know what is inflation? What is inflation? Okay, can someone define what is inflation? Price rise. Simple words. You Someone wrote price rise, right? Inflation is nothing but, if you have, let's say, if I have to buy this T-shirt. Okay, this T-shirt, maybe, let's say, hypothetically, I didn't cost me that much, but hypothetically, if this T-shirt I purchased this year, it costed me some 1,000 rupees. Next year it will cost me. We have an inflation of like price rise in India. We have a price rise of 7% inflation rate, which means if you read in newspaper, the inflation rate is 7%, 8%, 6%. That means if I am buying this T-shirt for 1,000 rupees today, this year, now, after 1 year, the same T-shirt will cost me 1,070 rupees. So it will cost me 70 rupees more. That is 7% more. Next year it will cost me 7% more on 1,070. So it will, in maybe 8 to 10 years, it will double. So whatever is available for 1,000 rupees now, because of the inflation, because of the price rise, because of the price increase year over year, in few years it will cost me for 2,000 rupees. Same T-shirt, same thing, it will cost me more. That is what is called inflation. Everyone okay with that? Because this is very important concept to understand. Inflation. Everyone is okay? Inflation, with inflation? Can I have yes from all of you? Okay, now now what I want you to do is, I want you all to do one thing for me. uh, okay, how on your notebook, whatever notebook you are having, or anything to write or scribble or at least memorize in your mind. I hope everyone knows what is their monthly expenditure. Let's say if you remove your, if you are owning a house, and if you are, if you are staying in your own house for which you are paying the EMI, okay, remove the EMI. Apart from EMI, apart from EMI, write down or keep in mind what is your monthly expenditure. Okay, what is your current monthly expenditure? Okay, don't type here, don't type here. Okay, so I appreciate people writing 20, 25K, whatever is your, whatever is your age, and whatever is your monthly expenditure. Don't, please don't type, please don't type, please don't type. Whatever is your monthly expenditure, type it. Don't type it. Just keep in your mind. Okay. Now, what I would show you here is I have made one sheet. Okay. Without EMI, yes. Don't calculate your house EMI because the question is like that. Okay. Now, don't add EMI apart from your house EMI. That means whichever, if I am staying in this house and my, this is my own house and my EMI is running with the bank for this house, then I'll not include that EMI in my expenditure, monthly expenditure. Okay. Apart from this, I would like you to add all your monthly expenditure. Some people are saying they are having monthly expenditure of 20K, 25K. Roughly, you calculate that. And what I will do is, let's say for example, okay, and let's understand this sheet. Okay. If you are on rent, put that in your monthly expenditure, except for your own home EMI, put everything as your expenditure. Now now what I will do is I'll give you guidance. Now what you have to do is, okay, I'll ask you one question. Anyone here of age 28, around about 28, can I have yes from you? Okay, we have two, three people, two house EMI. That is fantastic. Okay, we have many people at the age 28. Okay, now for others, let's say if let's say I am at the age of 28 right now, my monthly expenditure at this age is 25,000 rupees. Okay, now at the age of 28, if my monthly expenditure is 25,000 rupees, when I retire, to have the same lifestyle what I am having at the age of 28, if I want to have the same lifestyle at my retirement as the age of 58, like in India we retire at the age of 58, so 30 years from now, how much monthly expenditure will cover whatever I am able to buy today? Understand the question? If my age today is 28, today in 2021 is 28, I am spending 25,000 rupees per month for doing some activity, whatever monthly expenditures are there. After 30 years, to do the same expenditures, what I am able to do today with 25,000 rupees, how much money per month will I require to do the same expenditure after 30 years when I am 58 years old? Just type the number. If today it is 25, at the age of 58, how much it will be per month? Okay, so Amit says 2 lakhs. Okay, how about others? 1,25,000, I think. Okay, I want everyone to write this answer because this answer is very, very important. If you need to, a 28-year-old needs 25,000 today to maintain, to have his own lifestyle. After 30 years to do the same thing, how much money will be required per month? 2 lakh, 3 lakh, okay. Right. Because around 2 lakhs, yeah. 1.5 lakhs, okay. 2 lakhs, 1.3 lakhs with 5% inflation, 2 lakh. Why, fantastic. I have a lot of people who understand. I'm really happy about it. So I'll do is, someone is saying 90K, 1 lakhs, good. Type, keep on typing because that is, or at least calculate in your mind, okay. Now, what I am going to do here is, okay. So I have taken the inflation as 7%. I'll just show you the sheet here. I've taken the inflation as 7%. Right now, roughly our inflation is around 7%. Okay. So now what I have done is, what is this? Okay, no, not so much. Gopala is saying some 8 lakh, something like that. No, that much is also not required. Okay. Now, hold on. Now, I have made this sheet. Okay, I have made this sheet. What I want you to do is write down your monthly expenditures as of today. Okay, whatever is your age. Okay, write down your monthly expenditures wherever you want to write in your notepad. Don't punch in here in chat. Just write down whatever is your monthly expenditure. Now, what I will do is I'll type 25,000 here in today's monthly expenditure just to give a pro rata basis. Then, after for that 25,000 rupees, if your age is 28 and you are spending 25,000 now, how much for the same thing activity, how much you'll need after 30 years will come here. If your age is 35 now, let's say your current age is 35, okay. So after let's say 58 minus 35, 23 years, how much money you will need to do the same amount of expenditure of 25, 40, 45, like that it will come. Can I have yes from all of you if you are okay with that? Yes? Okay. So I'll type 25,000 here. I'm taking inflation rate as 7%, and here it is. Okay. If you are 28 years of age right now, okay, this is 1,90,000 will be your expenditure when you retire to maintain the same lifestyle what you are having right now. Whatever is your lifestyle right now, with 25,000 you will need 1,90,000. So at the time of retirement you will almost need 8 times of whatever you are spending now. Let's say if you are spending 50,000 right now and you are 28 years of age, you will need 8 times of that. That means 4 lakh rupees to manage yourself with the same lifestyle. If you are 35 years of age, then if you are spending 25,000 right now, at the time of retirement you will need at least 5 times. For example, let's say if you are 35, you need your monthly expenditure right now is 1 lakh rupees. Then at the time of retirement, at least you will need 5 lakh rupees per month to maintain the same lifestyle what you are having right now. No increase. Okay. If you are 45, you will need at least in next 13 years when you retire, if you are spending 25,000 now, you will need 60,000. That means if you are 45 right now, you are spending somewhere around 2 lakh rupees per month, you will at least need 5.5 lakh rupees when you are retiring. Everyone is getting the sense? Whatever number you have mentioned here, just take the pro rata basis here to here and calculate at the time of retirement what will be your monthly expenditure, right? Let's say if I want to say, if I am looking at 35 years of age, right? Okay, if your retirement age is 40, look here. Let's say at 40, my monthly expenditure is 100,000. Okay. Now, if my age is 40, 42, and at the time of retirement, for the same quality of life, I'll need 3,37,000 rupees per month. Per month. Okay. Per month. Okay. How many of you, this is, if you are 35 and you need 1 lakh rupees per month, then at the time of retirement, you will need 4,74,000 per month. How many of you think this is eye-opening information. Type yes. If you never thought that this much is the requirement, right? How many of you think it is an eye opener for you today? Someone said 50,000. I'm typing 50,000. If your monthly expenditure is this, then this will be your monthly expenditure when you retire. Okay? If that is a eye opener, okay, third third eye opener. So Rai said third eye opener. Okay. Okay. Now, one more thing. This is not. This is just the beginning. Okay. Uh, okay. So this is just the beginning. So now what you have to do is, that is one thing. Second thing is, now I'll take you to the example. Okay, I'll take example of 25,000. I'll take example of 50,000 per month right now. We'll take across all the ages. We will take 50,000. So if I type 50,000, let's say across all the ages 50,000, then if you are 40, you will need so much and so forth, right? Okay. Everyone okay if I type 50,000 only for all across board? All across board, if I type 50,000 and that is your 50k is good, all across. Okay, this was the first eye opener. Now the second eye opener is, now the second eye opener for you is, this is the monthly expenditure. So this is the first line. You can see this line. This line, I am highlighting this line. This line here, this is your yearly expenditure which will happen. If your 50,000 is your current expenditure, by the time you retire, you just match it with your age. Okay, if you are somewhere around 40, 41, 42, look here. 45, 46, 47, look here. If you are 40 right now, this is the your yearly expenditure for the first year after retirement. Okay, so this is your first year, which is, if you today your expenditure is 50,000, if your age is 40, let's take 35, moderate age, neither here neither there. Let's say if your expenditure today is 50,000, your age is 35, at the time of retirement, to maintain the same expenditure, you will need 2,37,000 per month for maintaining the same lifestyle. To have 237 into 12 will come out to be 28 lakhs per annum expenditure. Okay? How many of you are okay? Okay. Now, just because you have retired, will the prices stop growing up or the price will still go up? Eh, just just because you have retired today, whenever you retire, will the price stop there or will they keep on increasing? They will go up, right? Inflation will not stay. Okay, now you have retired, now there is a scheme from government that there will be no increase of price for you, everything is fixed for you. No, it will not happen, it will go up. Let's say life expectancy today is of 70-75 years. Okay, by the time we retire, we are there by 50-59. Life expectancy, that is the average life of a human being in India, will grow till 78-79. Okay, now if you have to put money for all your years till 78, and I am saying you will stay healthy and wealthy, this is all every year expenditure, and if you are 35, then to sustain yourself for 35, after retirement for 20 years, your total expenditure after retirement will be 12 crores for 20 years. That also I am saying, if you take care of your health properly, if you have medical expenditures, medical emergencies, gone. But if you are able to keep yourself healthy, then bare minimum requirement is 12 crore. If you are 35 today, then whatever your standard is right now, to maintain that standard at 50,000, whatever you can do right now to maintain that, also you'll need 12 crore rupees of expenditure in 20 years. How many of you think this was the second eye opener? If you are 40, this is the number 8 crore. If you are 28, then you will need 19 crore after retirement. Okay. Now look back and look at the retirement plans offered by insurance people. They will give some 1 lakh 2 lakh rupees when you retire, right? That will be like peanuts for you, believe me guys, so don't even look at that. Okay, so second eye opener. Third eye opener is, let's say after retirement you are only dependent on bank savings, and you put in bank and take interest, and bank is giving you an interest of 6% only, then you at least need 8.25 crores in your bank account at the time of retirement, so that you take interest and take some money out of your savings, and you are able to sustain for 20 years after you retire if you don't know how to earn on your own. So this is your target, ladies and gentlemen. This is your target at the time of retirement. Just have a look. This green is your target for the retirement fund. Okay. If you are 28 years of old, 28, let's say 35, if your age is 35, then by the time you retire, you should at least have 8.25 crore in your bank account. Okay. If you are 40, 5.88 crore in your bank account. If you are dependent on the FD, fixed deposit in the bank, you don't have any other source of income. If you are 45, you need this much. If you are 30, you need 11.58 crores. 28, I'll not say this much, I'll reduce it a little bit, I'll keep it, let's say 25,000, let's keep 25. Even if we keep 25,000 is today's expenditure, still my friends, this is your target. If you, even if you are saying 25,000 is good enough for a retired couple to sustain, still my friends, this is your target. Just look at this nearby your age. This is how much you should have in your bank account when you are retiring. How many of you have planned to achieve this much money by the time you retire? How many of you have planned? Type yes. If you have planned, type yes. If you have not planned, type no. And I am not giving some numbers from my off my head. These are calculated number based on inflation. Okay. So if you have not planned, at least this is your takeaway, that if you have to create wealth, if you have to create financial freedom, you should have a goal. Like I said, if you have to go to Delhi, you have to go and buy a ticket for Delhi. You cannot say on the ticket window, give me a ticket, they will throw you out. Okay, right? So you have to go and have that planning. So you should be ready with this target. Okay. How many are okay? How many are like thinking, Abhi, what should I do about it? How many are in a state of shock, or how many are really wondering? How many are really in state of shock, or really amazed, or really thinking right now, can I have yes? Or if you are lost with so much numbers, so huge numbers, yeah, believe me, my friends, this is good thing to know right now, because I came to know about this number very very late. uh, it is good I calculated my own plan, and then I realized, then I started working. See, it is always achievable. Okay, so now I'll just copy paste this from here to the next sheet. Now we go to our next sheet. Okay, let's copy this. Great. A few people I hear that they came to know about this few years back and they started working on it. Many people are typing, am I going to share this sheet? No, I am not going to share this sheet. Please try to understand here itself. I'll be uploading the recording also. You can learn from there. Is that okay with everyone? I saw repeated things. Am I sharing this sheet? No, I am not sharing. This is simple formula you can calculate because I have other data also in this. So I am not sharing this sheet right now. Okay. So what I have done is I have taken the expenditure as 25,000 as of now. So what will be your requirement at the age of retirement? So how much you should have in bank? Now, let's say, okay. Now, pay attention. What I have done is by target, if I am age 28, okay. If my age is 28, then I'm not able to place this somewhere properly. Okay, just hold on. Sorry. If my age is 28, if my target is 6.63 crores, okay. Now, can you tell me what all instruments you know, what all venues for investment you know, and what is the return they will give? Can someone type what venue they know and what is the consistent return they will give? 9%. Okay, someone said mutual fund 9%. CAGR, I'm saying year over year. FD is 6.5, FD is 6. Okay, mutual fund 9%. 10ish, PPF is 7, 8 to 9%. Correct? Okay, just write the percentage. Few people are writing the percentage. Real estate 15%, fantastic. Gold, anyone gold? Gold is around 7 to 8%. Okay, land is there 15 to 20%. Okay, now what I have done is I have put some just returns. Okay, so I have put 4%, 6%, 8.5, 15%, 20, 25, 30%. This is CAGR, year over year earning. Now we all know, mostly coming from middle class, not I'll not say middle class, coming from our background, whatever it is, we maximum know FD, which will give you around 6%, maybe PPF 8.5%, maybe some mutual funds up to 15%, right? So 10 to 15% it will give consistently, or maybe not, we don't know. So what I am doing is, I'll just explain this sheet and then you can work around. See, this is my present age. Okay, let me put my present age as 28. Okay, if I am putting my present age as 28, I'll do this calculation for 35 also, and for 45 also. So I'll do this calculation for 28, 35 and 45, all three of you. Okay, now 28, if your age is 28, now here I'll put investment per month. I'll put investment per month. How much investment per month you should be doing in one of the instruments which will give you yearly return of this, so that you are able to generate by the time you retire how much wealth you will generate. Okay, if I type 100 rupees, okay, here payment per month investment. Let's say if my age is 28 and I am investing 100 rupees per month in each of this instrument, then how much will I get? If I am investing in something which gives me 6% return, I'll get 89,000 at the time of my retirement. Okay. If I am investing into something which is giving 15% return, I'll have 5,63,000 at the time of retirement. My target for the retirement is here below. Can you see the 6.63 crores? Can I have yes if you can see this 6.63 crore at the bottom? Okay. So if I am at the age of 28, then I have to, let's say if I am investing 1,500 in some instrument which is giving me FD. Okay. If I am investing 1,500 rupees in FD fixed deposits of bank. I'm keeping FD 1500 FD every year, every month, which is giving me annual return of 6%. Then at the time of retirement, I'll be able to accumulate 13 lakh 42,000. Can you see this? Everyone can see this? Can I have yes? Okay. Is 13 lakh my target or 6.63 crore my target? If I put in FD, will I be able to achieve my target of 6.63 crores? No, right? If I put in 8.5% return, still I will not be able to reach. If I am putting in 15% returns, I am not able to reach, still 84. 20% return, it is 2 crore 35 lakhs 14,000. See how the difference is happening. Same 1500 rupees, by all the instruments I know, if I know only FD or PPF, if I am putting my money in FD and PPF only, then if I am investing 1500 rupees in FD or PPF with 8.5% return, then I'll get only 25 lakh. But if I am in stock market, if I am able to learn to earn consistently something like 20% return or 25% return, what is this number? 6 crore 56 lakhs. Will I be able to achieve my target? How many of you think it is very, very important to know how to earn in stock market consistently on your own? Tell me one thing. Tell me one thing. How many of you think? How many of you think that by taking someone else's tips, okay, someone else's tips how to trade, someone will send you in the morning, okay, buy this, sell this, buy at this price, sell at this price. How many of you think that you will be able to generate this kind of wealth if you are totally dependent on someone else's tips to buy today, sell tomorrow, this and that? Is it possible? How many of you think it is possible? Type yes. If you are dependent on someone else's tips, there are lots of people who they are out there giving you tips, okay, buy at this price, sell at this price. Will you be able to generate this kind of wealth starting from 1500 rupees to 6 crore 56? Not possible, right? Not possible. Of course, if he is doing your portfolio management, if someone is doing your portfolio management, that is a different thing. I am not talking about portfolio management, okay? I am not at all talking about portfolio management. There are fantastic people out there who will manage your portfolio. If you are not able to do, you can select a person who can manage your portfolio. He will give you your returns. They are fantastic people, they will do. But someone is giving you tips, you are punching order, that will not work. Believe me, if you are following tips, you will earn money something right now, but we are not talking about some money right now. We are planning of building it some huge portfolio, which can happen only and only if you are educated how to earn in stock market. Believe me, if you are also giving outsourcing your portfolio to someone else, if you are giving your portfolio to manage to someone else, if you don't know how this thing works, how the stock market works, how the returns come, believe me, you will not be able to earn even if you go give to someone who is managing your portfolio. So even to outsource your portfolio, even to give it to someone so that he can earn for you something as huge as this, will require that you yourself should understand how it is done. Then only you can outsource it to someone else to create the wealth for you. Can I have yes from all of you? If this point is okay with all of you, if you agree with me that unless until you don't know how to earn from stock market on your own, even if you give it to someone else, he will not be able to earn. You will not be able to earn. So it is very, very important that you earn on your own. Great. Thanks a lot. Now, okay, now just for the target, let's say if you are 28, if you learn in stock market how to earn consistently with 1500 rupees every year till your retirement, you don't have to change, okay? You don't have to change anything. You have to just keep on investing year over year and 1500 every month, and you are done. You have to learn how to earn in stock market. Once you learn, you keep on investing 1500 per month till your retirement, and you are settled. Now, okay, Gopala is investing 8,000. He will be doing fantastic job. Okay, if he is investing 8,000, then you will have with 25% returns, you will have around 35 crores. Okay. Okay. Now, if you are at the age of 35, okay. If you are at the age of 35, okay. So I am typing 35 here, and see, okay. See what is the cost of delay. Okay, I'll teach you first the cost of delay, the more important thing, and then I'll come to 35. Okay, 1500. Okay, wait, I'll check for 35 and 45 both, everything. Second thing I want to emphasize you is, let's say your age is 28, per month investment is 1500, and you are able to generate this much money, okay, with 8.5% return and all. So let's say if you are you just check this route, your age is 28, you are investing 1500 rupees per month in, let's say, something which is giving 8.5%, you will have 25 lakhs, 15% returns 84 lakhs, and 25% return 6 crore and all. Okay, now what happens is, okay, now what is happening is, you are part of this webinar. Okay, you are part of this webinar, you are attending this webinar till now very attentively, but you forget to take the action. You forgot to take the action. You understood, very nice, I am very happy, I came to know what is the target, but you forgot to take action, and you forgot to learn about stock market and start earning how to earn about stock market, and you forget it for 7 years. Okay, now let's say after 7 years from now, if your age is 28 right now, and you forget this webinar for next 7 years, you don't do anything for 7 years, do you think your retirement age will be change, will shift by 7 years, or your retirement age will be 58 only? It will be 58 only. Do you agree that even if you forget this for next 7 years, retirement age will be 58 only? Now let's say if you are 35 now, and you think, okay, now I'll start investing 1500 rupees per month, but your target is 6.63 crore. If you invest 1500 per month, even with 25% return, just because you forgot to invest and do something about it for 7 years, you see, if you start with 1500, what you could have achieved with 1500 per month, do you think you are able to achieve the same thing from after you start at 35 if you delayed by 7 years? How much it has gone down? See, it has gone down so drastically. Let me put it for comparison here. Okay, now if you are doing it 1500, okay, with 25% return, just by forgetting to do the same, take the action, if you started at 28 with 1500, you could have achieved 6 crores, but you delayed it by 7 years. Now with the same 1500, you are able to now achieve only 1 crore 37,000. You will not be able to achieve the target. So now to achieve the same target, how much you will need at the age of 35? You need at least 4,500. I think so. No, 5,000. 7,500. Okay. So almost you will need 7,500 to achieve your target. See what you could have achieved in 1500, now you will need 7500 rupees for achieving the same target. Same target you will have to spend, you will have to invest more money. So this is the cost of procrastination, this is the cost of delay. Almost 5 times you will have to invest to get the same return. Let's say if you started with 1500, by the time you are 35 you would have added 1500 more, you would have created more wealth, right? But since you delayed it for the same wealth, now you'll have to spend 5 times more. That is the no. Vandana is saying, but your target at 35 years will change. No, you are at 28 right now. You forgot this webinar for 7 years. You did not take action for 7 years. You delayed by 7 years. So what, how much will your target change after 7 years? No, it will remain same after 7 years. Also you will have to generate 6.63 crore. But if you are 28 right now, if you start right now, you'll need only 1500 per month. But if you forget this webinar, don't take action, don't learn to earn from stock markets, then you start after age of 35, you need much more for the same 6.63 crore. Okay. Now, this is the cost of procrastination. Okay. Yeah, absolutely right. Saying absolutely right. So investment will increase for the same target if compromise on time. So time is very very important. I realized, my friends, I realized this thing at the age of almost 35, 37. Whatever you are getting today, I realized it very hard way. You can imagine how late I was. If I had learned, if I had started, someone would have told me in 1992 this calculation, I would have made a killing, but I was very late, right? So, okay, someone is asking what is my age. I am almost 48 and above. Okay, so my age is 48 plus. Okay, so let's say, having said that, let's say someone asks for 35. Okay, okay, so let's say if you are 35 and your target is 4.13 crore, how many are roughly 35? Can I have yes from you? I'll come to 45. How many of you are in the range of 35? Then to achieve 4.13 crore, you need to at least invest. Let's see, let's keep 25% return. So how much you need is 35, you need 4.13, so you need less. How come it is less? Yeah, with 25% return it is less. But if you knows, if you are only dependent on, okay, I'll show you two things. If you are dependent on 15% return of mutual funds, then how much you need? If you learn how to earn 25% CAGR, then you are done. 77,500 rupees per month, you are done. You will be able to achieve your target. But if you are only earning, if you know only how to be dependent on mutual funds, which will give a CAGR of 15%, then let's see how much you will need. You will need at least 21 to 3. Okay, so if your age is 35, retirement age is 58, you are investing 20,000 rupees per month, you are depending on mutual funds which will give you a CAGR, year over year return of 15%, then you are set. Okay, you will need 20,000 rupees per month investment in mutual funds, not ULIPs, not unit linked insurance plans. Don't drink and drive. How many of you heard don't drink and drive? Same way, don't mix insurance and investment. Okay, so you will need to find out good mutual funds which are giving you a CAGR of 15% plus. You will have to invest 20,000 per month and you will be able to achieve your target of 4.13. Everyone okay? Okay, now for the age 45, let's take for 45. 45, how much is the target? 2.10 crore. Let's take with 15% only. If you are 45, you need at least 35, 1, 2, 3, 35,000 to reach to, or at least around 40,000. 1, 2, 50,000. Okay, so if you are dependent only on some mutual funds for your investment with 15% return, you'll be able to reach on your target if you invest 50,000 per month. But if you know how to earn on your own, you will be 25% returns, you will be able to make it double. Okay, all 45 plus people are okay with that. You need at least 50k investment right now till retirement, that too in good mutual funds, right? So you have to learn how to earn, because only if you learn how to earn 30%, then you will be able to make a CAGR of 25%. You have to learn how to earn 40 to 50% on your own, then you will have a good CAGR of 25%. Okay, 40 years, let's do it. 40. Okay, 40 target is 2.94. So here it is, you'll need at least 35,000. Okay, so if you're 40, you need almost like 30,000. You good? 25 you need, you are at the, if someone is typing 25, 25, 25, okay, you are at right age. 1500 rupees per month is good enough for you. Okay, fine. Everyone okay with these calculations? Everyone got their targets and how much they have to at least invest? But the important point is, the most important point is, can you tell me what is the most important point here? It is not tough. It is not tough. Consistency. The most important point here is, you will be able to achieve this target if you take action, if you learn how to earn on your own from stock market. If you learn how to earn on your own from stock market, not depending on anybody else, then you will be able to create this wealth. Okay, that is the only possibility. You have to learn how to earn from stock markets on your own, then it is very easy. Start early, learn. Don't be dependent on tips. Okay, don't be dependent on someone else's tips. You will not be able to create wealth at all. Believe me, you will have some short term fun and enjoyment if you are dependent on someone else's tips, but believe me, you will not be able to create wealth. We are trying for financial freedom. We are not for financial dependency. Okay, everyone good with that? Can I have yes from all of you if you have understood your targets and it is achievable? And I'll tell you what is the good part about it. Okay, what is the good news? Okay, first type yes and then I'll tell the good news. Okay, how many of you want to know what is the good news? Ask me, what is the good news? Okay, the good news is, the good news is, if you learn how to earn, let's say not 25%, even if you learn to earn 20% returns year over year, okay, even if you learn how to earn 20% consistent returns year over year on your capital, okay, understood? If you are starting today, within next 4 to 5 6 months, if you are able to learn how you can consistently earn 20% on your capital and increase the capital, then at the time of retirement, do you think as soon as you are retired, someone will take away that knowledge from you? How many of you think that if you learn how to earn in stock market and as soon as you retire, someone will take away that knowledge from you? No, no, no. Now you are retired. Now you cannot. No, 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 no. You cannot earn from stock market. Nobody can take, right? If you know how to earn, even if you are retired at 45, 47, 58, whatever age is, whatever is there, you will be able to earn. Here I have put dependency on FD. If I replace this with 15% only, see here I am putting interest, I am putting 15%. Okay, if you know how to earn 20% also on your capital, I am reducing it to 15% also. Still, right? What has happened here? What is not going? Okay, so the calculation is not changing actually. Okay, I don't know why it is not changing. Okay, so you can earn from retirement. You don't have to be earn so much. Okay, you don't have to. If you almost your target will reduce by 1/4. Let's say if you are 35, if you learn how to earn, if you don't know how to earn on your own, your target is 4.13. But if you learn how to earn, by the time you are retired, you need only one third of this corpus, so maybe 1.23 crores, something like that. So you note down your numbers here, okay, and decide if you are going to learn. You can reduce the target or you can keep this target and have a much better lifestyle when you are retiring, right? Fine, everyone is okay. Now someone is suggesting change the interest to reduce, but I reduce, there is some issue in the calculation. I think it is not changing. Okay. Now, this is what we have understood. Now, how do we go about it? How many of you are thinking, okay, this is fine, but what is the first step? How many of you want to know the first step? Now, first step, what you have to do is, okay, first step, what you have to do is, I'll share this sheet, okay, I'll be sharing this sheet with you all. Now, what you have to do is, the first step is, you should know how much you are spending actually, right now, okay, because our target is, if I want to save 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 every month, then I should know how much I am spending per month, if I am going over the board or I am doing okay. So this sheet I'll be sharing with you all. Make your own personal copy of this and fill all your expenditures: groceries, maid, electricity, internet, phone bill, kids transport, tuition, your education, spouse education, petrol, taxi, vehicle, driver, car loan, bike loan, property tax, everything on pro rata basis for a monthly calculation. Okay, do it a monthly calculation. Once you do a monthly calculation, then you will total it up, see how much is your monthly calculation. For example, I'll give you, if you are in, let's say if you are paying fees for your kids, so you normally will pay lump sum 1 lakh rupees for the school. So divide it by 12, like we pay 1,20,000, so divided by 12, 10,000 per month will come, so put 10,000 per month here. Okay, kids school education, put 10,000 per month and calculate. Once you calculate your per month expenditure, total everything above, put your salary, income after tax here, see if you are able to save at least 15% of your monthly salary or not. If you are not able to save minimum 15% of your monthly salary for your investment purpose, which you are not going to touch for next 10 to 15 years, then I think you are spending too much or something unnecessary. You go and evaluate what you can eliminate so that your savings are more than 15% consistently being done. Okay, 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 fine. So you do your expenditure list, make your expenditures, and you have to evaluate, are you able to save minimum 15% of your monthly salary every month. That is point number one. Second thing what you have to do is, as soon as the salary comes, take out that 15%, put it in the liquid fund. Okay, liquid fund or some saving which is far away from your eyes, which you cannot touch, because the moment you will see it, you will buy a bike, one nice TV or something. This is beyond your expenditure. You cannot touch this money for next 25 years. That is how you have to plan. Okay. EMI you cannot plan. If it is your first home EMI, you cannot take it as an investment. Your only second home EMI is your investment. First home EMI, remember guys, it's not your investment. Okay. If I am if this is my apartment, I am staying, this is my own home, I have paid the EMI, do you think I can sell it today and go out, or can I give it on rent and can I stay outside? How many of you think that this apartment, if I give it on rent, I can go, that is useless, right? It is my self consumption. I cannot sell it or I cannot give it on rent. I cannot take any income from it. In fact, I have to pay my maintenance charges. That is so your first home EMI is not your investment. That is a second. That is the biggest mistake people do. They think that they are investing in a home where they are going to stay, and that is their investment. No, that is not your investment. That is only some your assurance that you will have a house of your own. No one will kick you out. You are only buying assurance. If you are buying a home, paying the EMI, you are only buying assurance that no one is going to kick you out from there. That's it. But that is not your investment. Okay, so don't count that in investment. That is a protection. Okay. Your second home is your investment, because you will get a return from that. Okay. Okay, so I'll share this sheet link. I'll share, so everyone should create it. So what are the instruments for our investment? So I'll quickly go through them. Investment for and I'll have one full day 1 hour program for this later also. So let's see the instruments for okay. So okay, I'll cover. I'll since anyway it is 10 o'clock, so I think we'll end here. What I will do is I'll cover different instruments, how you can earn investing, how you should plan. Okay, when you should invest in which instrument, at what time, and how you should evaluate. We'll keep one planning session for that. Fine. So I'll open up for any questions. If someone has any questions, let me know. I'll take 5 questions. Type in your name. I'll take 5 questions. No, Arav, you are 13 years of age, so I'll not take your questions now. Arav is someone is 13 years of age, right? He typed very honestly. He typed, but he is giving right answers. Okay. Yeah, Arav. So Arnav, right? Arnav Deshpande. Yeah. Okay. So I am proud of you. You are here. Great to see that you are here. I am really happy you are here. You learn a lot of things to learn, but don't ask question right now. So okay. So but you follow. If you are, but I was seeing your comments, right? There is one Arnav in our group, and I was seeing his comments. He was giving all right answers to all my questions. He was able to follow. So I'm really happy. He'll be doing great in his life. So okay. So okay. So Anubhav, we'll start with Anubhav. Anubhav, yeah, go ahead, please. You can unmute yourself and ask the question. Acha. Power of compounding is like this. It is as good as inflation. Let's say if my T-shirt is 1,000 rupees right now, it in 10 years it will become for 2,000 rupees. That is the power of compounding. 7% inflation. If I'm investing, if I have to buy this T-shirt after 10 years, it will cost me double. Today it is costing me 1,000. It will cost me for 2,000. That is okay with you? Okay, I'll give you a positive example. Now, if you are investing 1,000 rupees in FD, fixed deposit, okay. Now, someone is unmute, so I'll mute all. Then Anubhav, you can unmute yourself. I'll mute all and then you unmute yourself. Others, please don't unmute yourself unless until you are asking a question. Okay. So Anubhav, you can unmute yourself, please. Okay. See, if you are investing 1,000 rupees in any instrument, let's say FD, it is giving 6% returns. Okay. Now, in how many years the money will become double? Let's say if you are putting 1,000 rupees in the fixed deposit in bank, it is giving 6%. It will take almost 12 years to double. Everyone okay with that? Okay. Now, in case you are putting something, so it took 12 years. If you are getting only 6% returns, it took 12 years for 1,000 to become 2,000. If you are investing in something which is giving you 10% returns, okay, only 6 to 10, there is a small difference. From 6% returns, now you are getting 10% returns. For only 10% return, instead of taking 12 years, now it will take 7.5 years to double. So if you are putting in some instrument, something which is giving 10% returns annually, you will get your money will double in 7.5 years. Everyone okay? From 1,000 to 2,000, it will become in 7 years. Let's say if you put in some instrument which is giving you 20% returns, annual returns, okay, 20% compounded returns, then if you are investing 1,000 rupees, then that 1,000 will become double in 3.5. See how much is the difference. If you are putting somewhere in FD, it will take almost 12 years. If you are putting, let's say, in something gilt funds or debt funds, which we will discuss later, which give 10%, the money will double in almost 7 years. Instead of 12, it will take 7 years. If you are putting on stocks and something which you can earn 20%, your money will double in 3.5. That is the power of compounding. Again, after 3.5, once it becomes 2,000, you again put it 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. So in 12 years, that 1,000, if you are putting for 20%, it will become 8,000 in 12 years. But if you are putting only in 6%, it will become 2,000. If you are putting in 20%, it will become 8,000. So 8 times. That is the power of compounding. That is a difference. Immediately, it makes lots of difference. Everyone okay? Yeah? Yeah, okay, right. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so Chirag is saying if I want financial freedom at 40 to 45 and current age 30, what will be the corpus? You will have to take corpus, whatever is your expenditure right now, take at least 15, that means at least 10 times of that, whatever is your expenditure or whatever lifestyle. Chirag, you can do one thing. Chirag has asked a very good question. So Chirag, you have to, he's saying I am 30, if I am 40 to 45, how much should be my corpus? I'll have one answer only for you. Whatever lifestyle you are having right now, or look around, whatever lifestyle you want to have at 40 to 45, what will be the cost of that lifestyle today? Okay, whatever is the lifestyle cost today, let's say if I want a car and all the luxuries, I just go and find out how much will be that cost. Okay, today, double it. So that will be the cost when you will be 45. So you will have the monthly cost, then multiply it by 12, so that is your yearly cost, and multiply it by 5 times, so that will be your corpus required if you learn to earn from stock market. If you don't learn to earn from stock market, multiply it by 20 times. Whatever is your yearly expenditure after 15 years, multiply it by 20 times. Let's say, for example, if your monthly expenditure right now is 1 lakh rupees, in 15 years you will need at least 2 lakhs, 2.5 lakhs at the time of retirement. If you are depending on FD only, then your corpus should be at least 2 crores minimum. But if you are dependent on stock market, then your corpus will reduce to somewhere around 80 or 90 lakhs, something like that. Chirag, are you okay? Can I have yes from you, Chirag? Okay, so he has to unmute. Okay, Ankur, go ahead. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Very good. Mm-hmm. 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 Fantastic. Uh-huh. 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 20%. 20%. See, I would ask two questions if I was in your place. Can I ask on your behalf? The question number one is you got a fantastic return 4 years back. Okay. So, how do you replicate that over the years, year over year? See, you got something returns, you had 100 shares or 200 shares at 85 rupees, correct? But were you able to replicate the same thing, whatever the way you purchase those shares? Are you able to replicate it year over year? No, no, that is one thing. You had 100 shares. Did you increase the corpus in that share? Were you able to buy some other shares in the similar lines which gave you that returns? Some of them, right? So the idea is, see, 20% is good enough. If you say, see, the moving average technique what I taught was a general. There are a lot of beginners also in this group, so to give them an idea that it is possible, it is not something rocket science to earn in stock market. I gave them technique. As we will progress, I am sharing more techniques also for earning in stock market. So don't take it as a first and last technique which I have taught. Having said that, if you are having a stock or if you are able to replicate with something which will give you a CAGR of 20% year over year, you are doing fantastic. If your stocks, as long as that company is growing 20% year over year, you hold on to that script. It's not about the stock price increase. As long as the company is growing, the company has to grow, then only the stock price will grow, correct? So as long as that company is fulfilling its promise of to its shareholder of growing 15 to 20% year over year, then your share will automatically grow 15 to 20% year over year. But if the company itself is not growing 15 to 20% year over year, your share price will not increase 15 to 20% year over year. So you have to monitor not the share price, you have to monitor the company, whether the company is performing year over year or not. Right? Okay. Thank you. Okay, I'll take one last question and then, okay, Arnav, you want to ask something, you can ask because you asked, you said so many right answers, so you can ask. Yeah. Okay, we'll go to the next question. Okay, can we leave the job and do it full time in case of one partner is working? Yes, Yuval is asking, can we do full time? Yes, we can do full time. No problem. I am sitting in front of you. I am doing full time. Shubham is asking, sir, sure, short way of making 25% in the stock market is that you should learn how to identify good companies, growth companies. You should learn how to when to invest and when to exit. Okay, that is the sure short way of earning 25% in the stock market. Okay, so I'll take last question from Rajan Joshi. Okay, yeah, go ahead, please. Yeah, 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 you are audible. Please go ahead. Correct, correct. That if you keep in bank, that will take care. Like you'll get interest from the bank, right? 6 to 7%, whatever is there. So that will take care of inflation, and I have calculated it basis that only. For 20 years, it will take care of you. Correct, correct. So that is not enough. So yeah, yeah. So yes, definitely, definitely, definitely. Beyond any doubt, you have to learn, look at other instruments. You have to learn how to earn from other instruments right now. Even if you are giving it to someone else, even if you are investing in mutual funds, you should know how they are earning. Then you can keep a proper eye on them, because otherwise they'll take you for right. Okay, so even if you have to give it to mutual funds, even if you have to give it to someone else for management of your own this thing, you don't have time, you want to enjoy your life, you want to give it to someone else, but you should know whether he is doing a correct job or not. For that, you will have to learn. There is no escape. See, till let's say some 7 8 years back, 8% was the inflation rate in India. Now it has come down. It is hovering somewhere around 5% or so. You never know, because of Corona and all. We had a rough time for some time. It may go up also. 7 to 8% is good enough. If you want to exactly calculate and to be very precise, okay, I'll give you a very thumb rule. Thumb rule is your FD will always be around 1.5 to 2% lower than the inflation rate. So if you want to find out what is the inflation rate, just go and check what is the FD rate going on currently. Add in a government bank or something like that. Go and ask whatever they are giving you the interest rate. Add 2% to that. That is your inflation rate, current inflation rate going on. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for joining. I hope you all enjoyed. See you all on next Tuesday with more in-depth knowledge on stock market and how to earn a lot of money in stock market. I hope each one of you enjoyed today's webinar. Thanks a lot once again for joining. Thank you.